Tokozani, peace and greetings, everyone. My name is Makosiko Goateo Ganyezi, and I'm here with the lovely Chandra, one of our first cohort student initiates that joined us for our first year of African Mystery School. And I'm so happy to have you here to talk a little bit about your experience in African Mystery School and just to share a little bit about yourself. So welcome, Ama. If you could introduce yourself and tell us what led you to join in on African Mystery School.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I'm so honored for the opportunity to share. As you said, my name is Chandra. Singer, songwriter, healer, sound work, just been on the journey for a very long time. And coming forward in this capacity, when I first saw the signs for the mystery school, first it grabs your attention. The energy of it grabs your attention. Once you dig in, you begin to recognize, I was able to recognize, that I've already had experiences in African tradition, coming out of Afrikan cosmology, spending time in Kemetic cosmology. I have some peripheral knowings and growth within Yoruba, because these are all lifetime paths, But when I saw the mystery school and began to learn more about what the offerings would include, and the opportunity to do so with a cohort of other, divine beings who are all powerful in their own right. So many powerful women came together to do this work jointly. And it was obvious that once I looked at it, and you actually sent me a message like, and I said, oh yeah, yeah, I know, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. And as I always do, I asked my spirit team, and it was a very strong yes, that this was something that would be beneficial for me. So ultimately, it was simply being obedient to spirit, obedient to the nudges, paying attention, and I'm really glad that I did.
Marcos, yes, very glad that you said yes, and for all of the energy that you shared, throughout our time together. African Mystery School is very much was designed to be a collection and collaborative share, right? So the priests, the priestesses giving their knowledge, but also the initiates also really stepping up in their own leadership and their gifts. So thank you for sharing your gift of song, just of creativity throughout our journey, with your sisters and with all of us. There were many times that we asked you to come forward and give your energy, and we appreciate all those times that you did share.
Thank you. It was wonderful. Yes.
Marcos, yes, it really was. It really was beautiful to see women of all kind, races, creed, backgrounds really coming together, So I'm excited for the next journey that we're having coming up. What are some of your most favorite memories from African Mystery School, without giving away the mystery to those considering joining?
Okay. There was so much, right? It was so much, because each portal, each gateway that we went through, each space that we went through, first of all, I love our guide. Our guide was the guide set the tone every time, like the plate was laid. So yes. That was huge, just that energy of bringing all of us together and exciting us. But I'll tell you, the experiences of having a knowing already, but having it deepened. One of the things that was, I will say, this was really amazing. So during one of the processes where one of the priestesses took us through a meditative or a journey, they took us on a spirit guided journey. And I was blown away by who showed up for me in that journey. And my ancestors showed up, and I told her, I was like, this is interesting. They're all in masks. They're all in masquerades. And so I didn't, she just, that is what it is. And we move forward, right? And so probably not too far later, I actually got my African DNA results back, right?
Mm.
From African ancestry. And when I looked at the history from both my paternal and my maternal side, they were known for making masks and masquerades. So I said, oh,
Mm.
so this is very interesting. You know, so I loved
My
that
cause.
in that guidance to go greet them. You know, they came. And then I go and it was
Yes.
confirmed in this message, you know, it was confirmed through my DNA, you know, through my lineage that those are the people that I come from. So I think
My
that's
cause.
something I think you know, you would never know. There's so much I could say, but I think that's pretty awesome. I'll say
I
that.
love it. I love it. I love that they showed themselves to you, and then you got to get the paper, the scientific piece. It's very
Yeah.
similar to a process that I had with mine. So it felt good to have the spirit download, but then have it confirmed, you know, of really some of the ancestry that I come from. So yeah, thank you for
Mm-hmm,
sharing that. And
mm-hmm,
our guardian of the gateways, Tema Aziz Serwa, High
mm-hmm.
Priestess,
Yes.
Tema, she definitely opened up the gateway. Okay, I'm so happy that we have her to be a
Yeah.
part of African Mystery School, because she definitely set the stage and guarded that gateway.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I think the thing I would also add that each gateway is so in its own, it holds its own self, right? It's its own
Mhm.
sacred container. So, you know, it doesn't matter how deep you already go or how much you think you already know, you're going to get more, you know,
Mhm.
you're going to get more. I've studied womb, but you know, I've studied so much. However, everything was enhanced and deepened in this experience. And there was a lot of things that I did not know that I was awakened to.
Mm.
So I'm really grateful for that, especially as we started getting into some traditions that I wasn't as close to.
My cause. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Um, and our last question before we close out in our time together, um, who is Chandra now? Who are you now? Who is this new woman that I see before me? I having watched you over this last 11 months, it was supposed to be 9 months, but it turned out to be 11 months. And your physical transformation,
Mm.
right? Let alone the way in which your spirit has like begun to just shine and show forth even greater than before in what you're doing. Like, who is Amachandra now that you have gone through this rites of passage program known as African Mystery School?
You know, when you ask this question, it created a space for me to pause deeply. In fact, I feel like it's something that I wish I'd been considering who I've become even before this came through. Like I would love to have been journaling around just who that is, but
Mm.
just to allow it to come forth right now. Um, I am so much greater than who I was. And my
Mm.
awareness of who I am at a cellular, quantum, the diversity of all of my reflections have significantly expanded my energetic imprint and my commitment to my path and my way. Not only would I say that it has deepened, but it has been so poured into and nourished not only by the priestesses, but also by my sisters on the journey that I I am still finding out who I am, right? Because you come out of the process and then you have to walk.
Mm.
Then you have
Yeah.
to walk. Then you have to be. And so in this walking and in this being, um, I am embracing the energy of Sanahara more. I am embracing the energy of all of my titles, because many of times we get titles and we let them sit and they can go dusty. They can grow
Mm.
dormant. We can let those titles go to sleep. And so I'm embracing who I am. And right now, um, I'm excited to witness what's going to unfold as I explore this next year. as I see who comes through in this next year. But I guess the best ways that I can say right now is I'm a more powerful representation of the light that I was born to be on this earth as a result of my experience inside of the African mystery schools. I'm a more powerful representative of who I was born to be because of the amount of light that has been poured into me and shared with me during this process. I know that I will continue to grow and unfold as a result of these things as I start processing, because I have already begun, I guess you could say, revisiting teachings and tools that have come into my hands, revisiting, pulling things out, like my bag, my medicine bag, my kapanga, my medicine bag, where has gone so deep. But there was so much I already had, but my goodness. And that's from our teachers as well as from each other. It's just depth. So I give thanks for this. And as it continues to being a part of the first cohort, I can only imagine what's going to happen as the school continues to grow.
Marcos, yes. Yes, so many powerful moments and shares, and just to be able to witness you all's journey and unfolding, it's been really beautiful and an honor to just hold the space for you for your unfolding. I'm excited to see what you do with it, as well as your sisters and brother. I'm excited to see what you all choose to do with it. And there are definitely a lot of changes, and thank you for being willing to go first. There's a lot that came with that, with your group being willing to go first and flowing through all the changes, that came through going through the rites of passage. We all, myself included, went through rites of passage with you all as well, and being bold enough to birth this. And so through your guidance, and willingness, I've learned some things that work better, with individuals, and really how to be a facilitator and step forward in that capacity. So thank you all. And for those of your other members in your cohort who will watch this video, thank you all for allowing me the honor of leading you through this process, of guiding you through this process. It's an honor. It's an honor.
Good thanks. Oh, it has been an honor. I'm so grateful that you are such a powerful demonstration of what it means to be obedient. What it means to be obedient. Oftentimes we suffer because we are not obedient, and so we take hard roads. And sometimes we don't think we're being disobedient, but because we don't always know what the signs and those nudges are. And so when we miss the subtle signs, when we miss the easy nudges, we get those processes that bring us to our knees, where we will be held to the path. And
yes.
So as someone who has had this experience oftentimes out of naivete, to witness, your process as a facilitator, as a manifestress, as a healer, as a priestess, as a go-go in this walk, and as the keeper of these visions, you continue to do this. It's very affirming to know that, you never get it wrong. You never get it done. You just keep going, what it means to stay steadfast. So thank you for being that demonstration of being steadfast. I'm glad to even be saying that in this now moment. It's relevant. So thank you.
Marcos, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It was a sincere honor to connect with you today, and I wish you many, many successes in your journey. The journey with us have not ended. It will continue, definitely. So I will see you on the other side, and thank you so much for sharing with us today.
You are so welcome. Be well. And I hope that the women who come through get a chance to just magnify what we already have. Thank you. And you'll love it.
Yes.
Come through.
Awesome. Marcos.
Marcos.